Just because it's winter doesn't mean this is any time to stay inside and just let the days go by. AceTJ.com/Gaston has the list of everything you can be doing right now, the memories you can be making with your family in Gaston County. AceTJ.com/Gaston.
Your New Year's resolution is in full swing and you are trying to lose weight. Help yourself with Calitrin. Calitrin is the safe, effective way to lose weight. When you buy 3 months supply right now, you'll get 3 months free. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it now at acetj.com/weight loss. Calitrin.
Welcome to TJ's podcast.
Hey, here we go. We got about an hour of just chilling and talking and doing all kinds of specialties going on. And don't forget the TJ Fanatico event that's coming up Thursday night. You want to be a part of that. It's at a very nice hotel bar at the Hyatt Centric South Park of Charlotte. You have to be an official TJ Fanatico though to get the invitation, and you do that by going to acetj.com/Fanatico and filling out the survey there. It's a little questionnaire to prove your worthiness of being a TJ Fanatico officially. So that would be awesome if you would do that. Would love to see you. There's going to be a special cocktail that night at my request. It will be, and you don't have to get this. I'm just saying it's part of the fun. Of course, if it's a cocktail at my request for a party for my Fanaticos, then I'm going to pick something, the flavor that I like, which is orange creamsicle/dreamsicle cocktail.
Ooh.
Yeah. So good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is this your recipe?
It's one that I have used, but I tweaked a little bit. But I've given it to the bartenders at the Hyatt Centric South Park. And I said, of course, y'all are the professionals. If you don't need this, you probably got your own, whatever. And I said that just, being... false humility, I guess, because I know mine's better.
Sure.
Than anybody's anywhere. Like the most decorated mixologist in the world can't make an orange creamsicle, dreamsicle drink like this. Right. But I have to act like, okay,
There's nothing wrong with that. False humility is totally okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the only kind I have.
Yeah, well, that's true.
I don't have any other kind, Brother Riggins. All right, so yesterday there was a big kerfuffle on the podcast because of a lady complaining that my little small town adventures crew did not go to a certain place during our little adventure into Lincolnton, North Carolina. I don't know whether she's affiliated with this place. It seems like she is in some way or another. But she sent out of the blue just yesterday a full-on complaint. Shame on you. Shame for not coming to our place, and talking about how great the place was and all of this. And I just said we ran out of time. We would have gone there. People were saying go there. We would have gone there. The way the whole thing works is that people suggest places, and we just pick them at random and go. And a lot of places people say, like, there's one place at this in this town called Vittles.
Yeah, I saw that.
And a lot of people said go to Vittles. Well, we didn't make it to Vittles either, but I didn't see Vittles sending in, complaints and shame on you for not coming to Vittles.
Well, yeah, imagine getting a raging email from the owner of Vittles. Just wouldn't make any sense.
But everybody in the town said that was, the great people on that, and the whole thing. But they didn't complain. So I read the complaint yesterday on the podcast. Shame, and all of that. So then after the podcast was done, I sent a message to the lady, and I said, I'm sorry we missed that. Are y'all located next to the Dollar General? Just having a little fun. because I went through the whole thing on the show yesterday, but we saw the place. It looked great, it looked nice, the whole thing. We just ran out of time. So then there's another message that came in this morning in response to my question about their location, if they're located near the Dollar General. And she gives me the address of the place and starts, the whole big description of what the building looks like and all of this stuff. And I think, because, I'm pretty much I could be a professional FBI profiler or at the very least a decorated detective with any police force in America. So the way this is written, it seems like that she's playing along and playing a part. So I will read everything that she writes because it's all of the information about the place. And, so it's almost like a commercial if I read it.
It's clever.
Yeah. So I'll give her credit for that. So if I'm anything, I'm fair, Yeah. So now it's kind of gotten to that point where I think she may have been serious in the first one, but then everybody told her that I'd read it on the air, and because it was in the promo yesterday too, right?
Yeah.
And it went all over the social medias around the world. And so now it's like, okay, I'm going to write another one like I'm mad, but I'm going to do nothing but sing the praises of this place.
Yeah.
And so it'll be like publicity. It'll be good if he reads it. So I'm not going to read all that. But I'm not. It's not to spite her or anything. It's not. It's not
funny,
right? If I know now that it's just a skit, then I don't want to do it. But the name of the place is Brick Tree Brewing, and I said that yesterday, and I also said that the only reason we didn't go is we ran out of time.
Yeah, everybody. It was very complimentary. The way we did it.
Yeah, from what I could tell. But part of the part of the positive things that she says that she said we all think you're missing it was intentional. Now, what I really love about that is the grammatical correctness of that sentence. Because most people would have said, no, we think you missing it was intentional, but it is you're missing it. So
yeah,
whether they're complaining to me or not, I'll give credit where credit's due on good grammar.
Fabulous.
So that's awesome. Because she goes through give what all the events that people do there, and it's available for this and that and the other, which is cool. But again, this is something that these types of places don't like, the truth. And the truth of the matter is that when we have these lists and people are suggesting going to these places, we're not huge fans of homemade beer. Now, I would never even, I tried all of the homemade beers. I do them all the time, and I want to like them, but I haven't found any that I like yet and all that stuff. Well, that's changed. Every now and then I'll run across a homemade beer at a homemade beer place or, brewery, they call them. And I'll say, oh, you know what? That's not that bad. But I don't like it as much as I like, Miller Lite.
Sure.
That's my brand. So if it's a place that someone has suggested, one of the first things we do is look to see if they have either domestic light beer or liquor. And that's mainly because of my little friend Jenny, and she only drinks Michelob Ultra and Tito's, not together.
Thank God.
So if they don't have Michelob Ultra, then she'll get a Tito's orange juice splash of Sprite.
Yeah. Did this place have?
I don't think so. I think they're all homemade beers, which I get it. in 2024, I'm on the outside of that. You know, I wouldn't go in there and start demanding that they start serving something or you know, any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember, like, you go to these small towns, but you don't visit literally every place in the town. It's just not possible. So I'm surprised it actually took this long for somebody to get really bent out of shape about you not visiting their location. Because in some of those little towns, not a lot's happening. Now, Lincolnton's a sizable town. I mean, it's a good-sized city. But, you know, they're like, oh, this was our one shot to get some kind of attention. But they're doing fine. It would have just been impossible for you to visit every restaurant and bar in the area.
Right. And I think that, you know, that she knows that, and this is just more. So I'm going to respond.
You are?
This is
What are we going to say? What are you going to say?
I don't know. New phone, who dis?
Yeah, right.
Do kids still say that?
Sure. Give it a shot.
But I mean, we do that if we're going out to eat any place at any time. If we're going to be with little friend Jenny and handsome husband Michael, they'll look and whether they have domestic beer or not.
Yeah.
And they'll probably have a field day criticizing me about that now. You know, brewery, this lady and the people at the brewery place. Oh, well, that figures. Redneck doesn't like anything but domestic light beer. And
no, I'm not a redneck, but I don't mess with the craft beers at all.
Well, I'm not a redneck either. I'm the farthest thing from a redneck. Farthest thing from
here's
a redneck.
A redneck. Here's a teacher.
Yes.
Out of the frame there.
So that was fun.
Yeah, it's good to get a little action.
But here's the thing, though. It's adorable that she thought she could fool me into just reading a commercial for them.
Yeah.
And I wonder how many people that are involved with the business said, "Oh, here's the way we gotta handle it."
You give him the information, but act like you're kind of upset. That way, when he reads your message, give out all the highlights about why this place is so great.
But you didn't need to do that. I'm telling you. I've been saying the name of the place, and it looked cool. Just we didn't have time to go, and homemade beer places are down farther on the list than places that have normal people beer.
Yeah. It is kind of weird though. Like, if you know what Small Town Adventures is, if you know what TJ is, you know that's just kind of. You talk about it all the time. We like sports bars. We like, you know, gift shops for Jody. And then you go to a quote unquote Jody place that's more refined. It's got wine and coffees and things like that. There, you know, it's not a surprise.
Yeah. And especially, I think one part of this was she talked about live music.
Yeah.
You didn't stay for the live music or whatever. And if you want to keep me out of a business, then put out on the sign that there's live music going on inside. Yeah. If you don't want me going in, that's what you do.
Yeah.
No offense.
And that would never work because we're doing videos and you can't have that kind of music in the background. Like none of it would have worked. But.
Not to mention, we were back in our town by 6:30. We're not late people out like that. So I was like, all right, we got to go. I'm tired.
Yeah. Is it a long drive from where you are?
45 minutes. Country roads take me home.
Yeah.
I mean, we do get though, Riggins, you know this, we don't get as many people saying, why didn't you come here? You should have come here and you suck and all of that. We don't get as many of those as we get people saying, like critical things about the places we did go.
Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like real kind of, you know,
well, I know Johnny of, you know, Johnny's Shake and Go.
Yeah.
And he was an asshole in high school and still is.
Cheating on crazy stuff.
So many people in town money. And, yeah.
Every week there's at least one of those. And if you want to hear more, just DM me. It's like, who gives a shit? I don't want to hear more about this owner of a bar in, you know, The sticks. It's so weird.
But it is getting, more and more where when we go into places, people are like,
Yeah.
like that lady's mom telling her, be on the lookout. They're coming to places and they're in Lincolnton. They may be coming into your bar. But the one time we went to Monroe, North Carolina, and they were running out of their businesses and grabbing us as we walked down the sidewalk. Come in here. Come in here.
One, yeah.
So we gotta put a stop to that. Because they get a little handsy,
Do they?
Yeah, I don't like that. When it's handsy on, they can handsy the rest of them. Just not on me. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're supposed to be announcing earlier in the week where we're going to be going and all, but I don't know that I want to do that now. She's ruined it for everybody, I think. I hope she's happy. So if you got some kind of a complaint you want to throw, do you say, Riggins, the best way to do that for people to complain to me is on my Instagram?
However, if they follow the show, then send it to the show. If they follow just you, send it to you. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see it either way. Mm-hmm. But give out your handle if you'd like.
The Ruptured Duck.
What?
Oh, you didn't mean my CB handle.
Your Instagram.
Instagram handle. Okay. I thought you meant my CB handle. No. TJ_Ritchie. RITCHIE. TJ_Ritchie. I bet you ain't got the balls. I'm kidding, of course. But I do like the good-natured ribbing. Now, if you get too serious about it and all that, we might have to fight. But
yeah, there's a lot
like with this, she knows that I was messing with her yesterday, saying, "Are y'all next to the Dollar General?"
That was funny.
It was hilarious, and that's why I think now she's playing along.
Yeah.
All right.
We could have her on the show.
But if she's going into this sort of thing, like,
yeah, we tell her don't try to do a commercial on here, but we'd love to mix it up.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Just an idea.
I don't want to be then, if we become friendly with each other, then I'm gonna feel obligated to go.
Oh yeah.
And I got too many other obligations, Brother Riggins.
Tell me about it, man. You got mulch to spread and.
Don't remind me. So part of my afternoon is going to be today.
I can't think of anything beyond spreading the mulch, but it's a lot of mulch.
I do 10 shows.
That's true.
2 of them from my house.
Yeah, you do a lot of shows.
Making videos and,
No, it's a lot.
Like, damn, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for, messing around. All right, we got more coming up. Hang on.
TJ's Podcast.
Just because it's winter doesn't mean this is any time to stay inside and just let the days go by. AceTJ.com/Gaston has the list of everything you can be doing right now, the memories you can be making with your family in Gaston County. AceTJ.com/Gaston.
Your New Year's resolution is in full swing and you are trying to lose weight. Help yourself with Calitrin. Calitrin is the safe, effective way to lose weight. When you buy 3 months supply right now, you'll get 3 months free. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it now at acetj.com/weight loss. Calitrin.
If you've got nagging pain, you can get rid of that nagging pain thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic with an over 93% success rate. Set up a free consultation today at acetj.com/Neogenics, Neogenix.
Back to TJ's Podcast.
Yep. Now I'm thinking about how many complaints I'm going to be getting. Because people always want to be saying something.
That is true.
Why y'all always want to be saying something? for our Gram Slam segment today, Riggins has brought a video in of young lady. She on the TikTok.
Yeah.
And all she's doing is showing this salad that she got, and she's going to try this salad. But then the internet's just started attacking her.
Oh, from every angle. She's got have you ever heard of Erewhon? It's like, it makes Whole Foods look like a dump.
Really?
Erewhon is the place where they have the Hailey Bieber smoothie that costs $20. If you get a package of nuts, it's like, $25. You can't get out of there under $200.
So a place that I would love. Oh, it's like an organic food place.
California, organic, farm to table.
Yeah, I love those places.
Yeah, ultra high end.
But that's not why they're hassling her.
No, it's kind of a lot of things. She's got an Erewhon account. She's eating the salad that's a kale and white bean salad that she said she was craving. And everybody's like, who the hell? Nobody has ever craved a white bean and kale salad. And her voice, they call it the influencer accent.
Yeah.
Because the way she speaks is just very TikTok, Gen Z annoying.
Okay. So does she do the up speak as well, where she goes up at the end of the word, make it sound like a question?
You'd be better at determining what this is, but here's what it is. And just tell me if it's too loud.
The best part about having an Erewhon membership is I was just craving a white bean kale salad, and it's 4 p.m. and I went and I used my points for this. So it was basically free. So that's like a free pre-dinner snack. Let's see how it is. It's good today. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes it's not good and not worth the hype. Other times it's amazing.
Amazing.
Today is one of those days.
Today's one of those days. That's about. Sometimes it's not so good, but today it's really good.
She looks really young too. How old do you think she is?
Early 20s.
Yeah.
But man, people are just vicious.
Well,
your voice makes me want to sign up to get a lobotomy.
God, and that's a little much.
Yeah. Literally no one can relate. The influencer accent, the white bean kale salad is just too much for my brain to comprehend.
But I've been saying for years and years that adults are not speaking like adults. They speak like children. And they say
Another person said
the kale salad is amazing.
Sometimes they don't make it so good.
This time it's really good. I mean, did anybody say anything about? Well, I don't know that this is a fashion rule or whatever. I'm just telling you from my sense of observation. My sense of observation. If you are a smaller statured woman and you have small features, extra long fingernails they don't suit you very well. And she's got little tiny skinny fingers because she's a really small petite woman.
Yeah.
And she's got those long pointed fingernails, and it just looks like a little girl playing in her mom's Lee press-on nails. It's dress-up day, and her mom lets her, put on a princess dress and put on makeup and fake nails and stuff. That's what it looks like. But who am I to say? What do I know other than everything?
I tried to criticize my mom's nails the other day when I saw her. She's into nails now. Like growing up, she would never go get her nails done, but now she's, she went into the professional where she started getting her nails done. Now she gets them done once a week.
Yeah.
And I said, "What is that?" She got all snippy with me.
What was it? What was different about it?
They were long. She goes, "These are my real nails."
Oh yeah, okay. That's always a big deal too. These are my nails.
Yeah,
underneath the acrylic.
And the 7 inches of crap I've glued onto the tip of them. I don't know. They were just long nails. I never saw my mom with long nails, and now she has long nails or longer nails. Not like a Kardashian, but they're longer. So I just made a comment. She said, "These are my real nails." Okay, calm down.
What color are they?
They were like
different colors.
She had her. What did Lindsay used to call
Party
it?
nail.
Party nail.
Yeah, with the ring finger on each hand was a different color.
Yeah. No, it was, I don't know. It was like a very neutral color, but they were just longer than what I'd ever seen. And she got all bent out of shape about it. Did your mom ever get her nails done when you were a kid?
My mom,
not a thing, right?
No, my mom's a country woman, so she's never had her nails done by a professional. I
Ever?
don't think. I would if she has, it was maybe once.
Really?
And I can't even imagine that. No, because they don't really do that around where she lives. I guess they do. She could go to the next town over or whatever, but it's just not something that Now she grows and paints her own nails. Always has, but to go sit down in the manicurist's chair and all that, no, she's never done that.
If I had to get my nails done, I would figure out how to do that myself.
What you mean if you were a woman and you had to do? Yeah.
I would not be. I'd find it can't. Well, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's a skill, but I would figure out a way to do it. Mm-hmm. I think.
Yeah, you would never want to. You would feel like that was a waste to go sit.
I think so. Yeah.
And let a professional do it.
I know there's a lot of stuff.
It's more than painting, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
they
know.
got to file and they got to soak and they got to, put the moisturizer on the hands and all of that
I
stuff.
remember my mom using the board,
The emery board.
sitting there filing her nails. So figure it out, Mom. And she comes into the city. She lives in South Carolina. She goes
Yeah.
to Charlotte to get her nails done.
Did your dad go with her?
No.
No. I figured he might. They do a lot of stuff together since they're retired. That he would come in, drop her off, and pick her back up.
He probably does, but I don't think he goes in with her.
Yeah, that's something that wasn't even a possibility when I was growing up. Yeah, my mom would not even know where to go for that.
Yeah. That's great. Does Jody get her nails done often? Oh, a lot?
Yeah, she has a standing appointment for, her manicures and pedicures.
How, like once a week?
I think the manicures are once every 2 weeks because of the gel polish they use now. It lasts longer, but it costs twice as much. So, it's the same amount of money as if you went however every week or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about the pedicures, but it's not as often.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know how freaky I am about fingernails and toenails and all not being, not being out of whack. I would, I would probably walk to work if I needed to save money for her to go get her nails done and stuff. Yeah.
I think she's really lucky that you're so into that because you don't give her no grief about it.
No. I mean, I always look at it like this. Why would I gripe about money that she spent on making herself prettier?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm constantly telling her, what else can you do to make yourself prettier? Let's take out a loan if we need to.
Yeah.
I mean, but we've got to get you prettier.
Yeah. Put on those huge glasses again. Does your little friend Jenny get her nails done?
Yeah.
She does.
I think she goes every week, though.
Really? That just seems like, oh man, something you got to do every week.
Yeah.
Dang.
Because I don't know whether she's getting full manicure every week or manicure every 2 weeks and a polish change every week. The weeks in between.
Which is just they change the color on it? Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. It's big business.
I bet.
That's what I ought to go back to school to learn. I'll be doing nails.
Nails. That's what Amanda Bynes is learning to do.
Really?
Yeah, she's like spinning off this planet. Like she makes Brittany look like a well incorporated member of society at this point. Amanda Bynes, she's like, I'm doing nails now. Like no blinking, and it's weird. But yeah,
You used to love her.
I still
growing up.
She's hysterical.
She was on Good Burger.
Yeah, the show where Good Burger was on. Yeah, all that.
She in the new one, the one the Good Burger 2 movie.
I don't think so. I don't even know that she's in her own
In the
head
world,
at the moment. Yeah, on this planet right now. Oh, I hate that for her.
And this huge statue that they erected in Los Angeles at the Crypto Arena to pay tribute to Kobe Bryant. They've got to go back and correct a bunch of typos on the statue itself.
Yeah,
And it just blows my mind how typos could get through all of the people that it has to go through to make it into a statue that's outside the place, and this is it, and the unveiling and everything, and then people have to go, hey, that's not spelled right. That's not really that guy's name. You spelled that guy's name wrong.
There's 4 typos. 4. 2 misspellings on different people's names, and then they misspelled the word decision
Twice. Yeah.
And it's engraved in the stone. It's not like you could just swap out a plaque on a bench or something.
Yeah.
It's engraved into the base of the statue.
So people are telling the people in charge of the statue and all that, and they're like, "Oh, we know that. We've known that for several weeks. We're working on it." Like how that whole thing about you think we don't know that? Why would we not know that? We know that. We just haven't fixed it yet. Because they're probably sitting there thinking, how do you fix something that you got to? I guess the engravers would have to, or the whatever you call them, that. Is it chiseled into the stone?
Yes.
I guess they're going to have to come out and erase it.
Or fill it. Yeah, whatever. How do you that?
Erase things that are chiseled?
Yeah. It's like Michelangelo forgetting. Oh, crap. Messed this part up.
Do you think the company that made the statue recognized it before it went out, and they said, just don't say anything?
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see if maybe they won't notice.
Yeah, who's the first person that spots that?
Because if you're the statue making company, then you got to figure, oh wow, we just scored a big sale here. We're making the Kobe statue.
Yeah.
All right, who's doing the engraving today? Who's doing the chiseling? Okay. All right, wait. He didn't pass like the remedial English.
Yeah.
So we're going to put him on. Okay, fine. I'm voting against that, but you say he does the best work. Fine. And as it's going out, oh, he misspelled all these words. It's got to go. It's got to go. They got the whole event planned. It's going to be a parade. There's going to be everything. You got to put it out there. Let's go. Pretend like we didn't know.
I'm the number one etcher in the entire state, but I did not do well in the spelling bee. I mean, you can't have it all. I mean, you no, but no one's watching over his shoulder. They're like, decision has an S in it. It's not 2 C's.
Yeah, but somebody had to write it for him to copy first, right?
Yeah, I would imagine
It had to be written.
Well, they show the paper that was used as reference with all like the stats on it from different players, and on this paper, it's correct. So something happened in between having that proof, the paper, and the actual etching, and then making it onto location, and displayed.
Yeah,
in the most
the people standing there proofreading it and everything. Didn't somebody had to know, and they had to say, well, we got to get it out. We got to do it.
That I don't get.
But that's not as bad as a tattoo artist misspelling something, though. Is it? Because you can, somehow fix a statue. You can't fix a tattoo, unless you do a completely different work.
Yeah, that's worse. It's more personal for some reason. I don't know. That just seems really bad.
Yeah. It's like that girl that I knew who had that feather on her, like up here. And she said it was her, it was her ex-old man's name, and they split up and she had to get it covered. So, I mean, I ain't no Indian or nothing. I just needed something, and I thought it was pretty, is what she said.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You're not? No. You're not Native American? You'd have never known.
There's never a great story that goes along with the tattoo cover-up.
Yeah. Right.
There's
nothing good preceded the cover-up.
No, it's not like a sentimental story about why you got a big 8-ball on your bicep. Oh, my granddaddy loved pool. It's like, no, you covered up, a big penis tattoo.
And, it could also be said about, nothing good comes from a story that mentions my ex-old man.
True.
That's going to be somebody we don't have much in common with.
Yeah. She had it up here, up near her collarbone?
Right here, yeah. Well, I mean, she was proud of it when it was her old man's name.
Yeah.
Then he became her ex-old man, and she had to get it covered up.
I'll do a feather.
Yeah.
It was between that or an edamame. Went with the feather.
All right. We got more coming up. Hang on.
More of TJ's podcast is coming up.
Just because it's winter doesn't mean this is any time to stay inside and just let the days go by. AceTJ.com/Gaston has the list of everything you can be doing right now, the memories you can be making with your family in Gaston County. AceTJ.com/Gaston.
Your New Year's resolution is in full swing, and you are trying to lose weight. Help yourself with Calitrin. Calitrin is the safe, effective way to lose weight. When you buy 3 months supply right now, you'll get 3 months free. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it now at acetj.com/weight loss. Calitrin.
If you've got nagging pain, you can get rid of that nagging pain thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic with an over 93% success rate. Set up a free consultation today at acetj.com/Neogenics, Neogenix.
Welcome back, world, to TJ's podcast.
Riggins, let me ask you something. What do you think about having a subscription fee that you pay for a certain restaurant where you your subscription fee covers meals for the month? What do you think about that?
That might be a good idea.
Because Chuck E. Cheese is testing out a subscription program, and there are 3 tiers. The gold level, you pay $30 a month for 300 play points, 1,000 e-tickets, and a 50% discount on food and drinks. So it's not just the food that you're doing; it's the games and all too. But if you're at Chuck E. Cheese in 2024 so much that I gotta figure out how to save money. I need to sign up for the membership plan.
Dang. Your kids are like every day, like, can we go to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah. Or if you don't have kids, even, like, are there any restaurants that you would benefit from just having a subscription to, where you could go in and get, however how much discount, on your food every month because you pay the membership fee?
Yeah, I mean, I could see why that would be awesome, especially if you're single and you don't like cooking a whole lot.
Yeah, but I think it depends on the place as to whether or not you get made fun of.
Absolutely, yeah. If you got a Chuck E. Cheese one, that is borderline suspicious. Why are you in Chuck E. Cheese that often? For their pizza? I don't think so.
Well, I will say, I used to like Chuck E. Cheese pizza, and they had really cold pitchers of beer.
Yeah.
But as an adult, I wouldn't just go in there and say, let's go eat pizza tonight. Where you want to go? Chuck E. Cheese? No. I don't want to do all that.
But when I was living in the city, I lived above like a pizza sandwich Italian shop, and I would eat there once a week, maybe sometimes twice a week. Get a big salad and pizza or something like that. I would have absolutely benefited from having a membership because I spent a god awful fortune over there.
I remember you used to love that place.
Good. Not the best pizza in the world, but it was a block down the street, so it just made sense.
Yeah, I can't think of a place that I eat that often that a subscription. First of all, having a subscription to a restaurant is weird sounding, but
a little bit.
And there's a story that reminded me of something that happened when I was young. Police in Pennsylvania caught a man who was trying to set a house on fire.
House on fire?
Yeah, he had set the porch on fire, and then when the police started, he heard them coming and all. He took off running, and he went to jump in his getaway car that was waiting for him. And it was just like in a movie. When the getaway driver heard the sirens coming and all, he bolted and left the guy stranded. So he ended up getting arrested. But it reminded me, so when the people came home, they were like, okay, they put the fire out, but their porch was burned off. When I was young and I was sharing a house out in the woods with a bunch of guys, we had all grown up together, and one of them's dad owned this fancy log cabin way out in the country. And he had moved to another town for his work, and he let us live there because he said if we would keep the place up and all, it would be worth it for him not to charge us rent, because we would, make sure that all the stuff was taken care of, and we did. And it started out being 2 of us, and then it ended up being about 5 or 6, different young guys. Well, in that time, I had gotten into radio. And I got a job working weekends at the big radio station an hour away. Like I worked during the week for the little radio station in my hometown. And then on the weekends, I got a job at the big station. Well, when I came home from my weekend working away, I walked up to the house that morning. It was a Sunday morning, I think. And the porch was smoldering. It had been burned off the front of the house, and it was just still, kind of smoking. And I was like, "Oh my God, what has happened?" And these idiots had a fire going in the fireplace, and it wasn't the gas logs. No, it was real wood they were burning in there, and they needed to clear out the coals, and they put the red hot coals in a plastic 5-gallon bucket instead of a tin bucket or whatever, and just set it out on the porch. Well, those coals melted through that bucket and then caught the porch on fire.
Porch on fire?
Yeah. So I easily was out of that because I wasn't even home. I was working. I didn't do that.
Wow. What did you have to pay the guy to? I mean, that was just something because it was his house. He just kind of ate the.
Well, I mean, one of the guys that did it was his son. So, I think what happened was the dad said, "All right, well, we're going to get the stuff to fix it, and you're going to fix it." So he made him and the other guys go out there and rebuild the porch.
That must have been an all-time ass chewing. Like, you dumb idiot,
you
dumbass,
stupid ass.
Not only you put him in a plastic bucket, but it's a wood porch. Like, you're a dumb dummy. That would have been a bad one.
But none of the guys was, you wouldn't say any of them, was dumb at all. They were all smart. Just made good grades, the whole thing, but just they never stopped to think. You don't put red hot coals in a plastic bucket and sit it on top of a wooden porch.
Between 5 guys,
yeah.
no one thought, hey, maybe that's not a good idea.
But I don't think they were. I think the deal was the dad bought the supplies. They had to rebuild the porch, wow. And then no more fires in the fireplace. No, don't use the fireplace anymore. If y'all are too effing stupid to know not to put red hot coals in a plastic bucket, then you don't need to be building fires. And it wasn't long after that I moved to the big city because I got a full-time job at that radio station. So I didn't even have to help build the porch.
Yeah, thank God.
Because I would have felt obligated, if I'm there and it's all happening on a Saturday, I'd have felt obligated to help.
Sure.
Which I'd have been no help.
No.
Because I can't build a damn thing. I think he had to come up and supervise the project.
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever get in any kind of trouble like that when you were a kid? Like you and your friends did something that y'all ended up getting in trouble for?
Yeah, there was one incident when I was in middle school that turned out pretty bad. I don't even know that it's an interesting story, but I was with my buddies and we went to mass on Fridays.
Yeah.
During the school hours, so we'd go to church. But we were, 8th grade boy, like not really into paying attention to mass, so we were just always goofing around and stuff. And one time, me and my 4 buddies were like, we're not going to sit in the pews. We'll go up into the choir loft. Mm-hmm. And to get up to the choir loft, it's a real narrow spiral staircase that goes up to it. And our teacher, who had started that year, first year teaching, went up there to retrieve us and I guess scold us, but on her way down, she fell and broke her ankle. So now we're like, shit. Like we were just trying to have a good time, but now this woman's ankle is broken, and she was an older lady. She had never really. She was a first year teacher, but she was an older woman.
Okay, so do nuns when they're going to do all of the stuff that they have to do to become a nun? Do they decide during that time that they want to be teachers at the school and all that, and then get a teaching degree?
Yeah. So nuns do different things. Like some will go become teachers. Others will go and just do charitable work. It kind of depends on the order you're in.
Yeah.
But the teacher was not a nun. I should point that out.
I thought all Catholic school teachers were nuns.
Our principal was a nun. Our vice principal, our science teacher was a nun.
They let nuns be principals?
Yes.
Well, it's called a principal for a reason. It's supposed to be a man, your pal.
And she was no one's pal. She was terrifying. About 5'2", just a scary woman.
I don't know that I've ever had a face-to-face conversation with a nun.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We didn't have them where I grew up. We didn't have nuns.
Yeah, and they're pretty easy to
You know
spot
how many nuns we had? None. So y'all didn't get in trouble, though? Or did
yes.
you? You did
we
get in trouble.
Suspended, but that was the only big one that I remember getting in a lot of trouble for.
You know Matt Walsh, the famous podcaster and all that? His sister is a nun.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Don't know why I decided to throw that in there, but
no, it's a tough life.
Because you got to do a lot to be a nun.
Yeah, and
they don't just give those degrees out, nun degrees.
No, and they don't get the same level of respect that priests and deacons do.
Yeah.
And they are the hardest working people in the Catholic Church. Those nuns, and Mother Teresa, obviously.
Is that why they're so mean?
I don't know.
Or are the only mean ones the ones that deal with the kids in the schools?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And even our principal, who would have been mean by all standards, just expected. She wanted fanatics for God.
Yeah.
She did
Fanaticos.
Fanaticos, truly. She, the pews are full, but the hearts are empty. She wanted people, because that's the way she lived her life, and a lot of those nuns do, a total devout, devotion to God.
Yeah.
At all costs. And they're the real deal, but they can't get young women to be nuns. They're having real trouble with that.
Right, because they're all whores. Oh, I thought that's what you... I'm not saying that. I thought that's what you were going to say.
No. You thought I was going to say that? That would have been a great punchline.
Because they're all running around there being whores. But no, with that, though, can... nuns are celibate, but do they have to be virgins?
No, I think you can be widowed and become a nun. I've heard of that happening.
But you can't be, divorce isn't recognized in the Catholic Church traditionally anyway, right?
I don't think that works.
But a woman can't decide in her, like say she's 18 or 19 and she's had a calling to be a nun, but she's had sex, like on prom night or something.
I think you can.
You can?
Yeah.
What about priests? Can they do that?
Yeah.
Or do they have to be virgins?
I think they can too. We had...
that's right, because what's his name? Father Mark Wahlberg.
Stu.
Father Stu, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was tearing it up.
Yeah. We had a guy 1 year over the summer, a seminarian. He was training to become a priest, and he was like already a deacon. Mm-hmm. And we had a big summer party at our house, and there was a bunch of priests, and the bishop was there, and it was like, just a summer, barbecue. And I forget who it was. He held a baby. And he was like, oh my gosh. And he was playing with the baby. And 3 months later, he dropped out of the priesthood and then told my parents, he said, in that moment, I realized I would never have this. Mm-hmm. And I just couldn't get it out of my head. So he dropped out. Yeah. He's now and he went back to school. He's now an engineer.
Wow. But priests get more credit for doing the slightest thing that's kind of cool. If a priest says something that's kind of cool or funny or whatever, they get way more credit for it than somebody who's not a priest, because it's like priests aren't supposed to be cool.
Right.
So if they do anything, it's like, oh, look at the priest out there dancing, father's dancing. And it's just because he's a priest, everybody expects him to be an old fuddy-duddy.
Yeah,
and he could still be a fuddy-duddy, but the slightest little thing.
We had a priest named Father Max, and he briefly, and he used to gel his hair back, and he had like kind of blonde, like he was from California, and he just had a cool look. He was tan, and Father Max ended up hooking up with one of the students' mothers, and dropped out of the priesthood. But we thought that guy was cool. He's like, he used gel in his hair. We were like, that dude, Father Max, you cool as hell.
Now, did he drop out of the priesthood, or did the priesthood drop out of him?
I believe they kicked his ass.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
How do you feel if you're the mother? She probably felt proud.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
I turned a priest, girl.
Yeah, that's what
he walked away from everything for some of this.
Yeah, some of them. That's so bad.
But priests and preachers, I mean, all of them, they get credit for being funny, because I think it's kind of a moral authority sort of thing. If the preacher says something that's just moderately funny, people fall out.
Yes,
because you're proving to everybody, hey, I think the preacher is funny.
They do it with presidents a lot. Like George Bush is on Ellen. He's like, he's not that funny.
Yeah.
Or Obama, shot the basketball. People went nuts. You just do that with people of authority when they start acting normal.
Right. But it's just the same reason a pretty girl gets more credit for doing the slightest thing nice or being sweet.
Yeah.
People crazy, man. People crazy. Wow. The woman that turned a priest has to be bragging to all of her friends.
And the story was she was wild. I was in school with her son, and I remember having sleepovers at his house and stuff, and she was always kind of known as like the kind of just frantic, kind of unorganized person.
Yeah.
But then when that story came out, it was a bombshell.
I mean, what kind of person do you have to be, though, to have a tryst with a priest?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, when you pursuer, I don't know if it was him or her.
Well,
but it's weird.
But I mean, if you're obviously he's doing something that is wrong and all, but if you're the woman that he's wanting to just fool around with and throw all of his priesthood away, and she was Catholic till she was part of the church,
I think I don't know that she was Catholic.
Because let me put it this way. If I ran into someone, say I'm single, I mean, God forbid, Jody and I are not together for whatever reason, and I'm back out on the dating scene, and I'm down to the hotel lounge, I guess is where men my age go to hang out at bars or whatever. I'm at the hotel bar. And I run into this beautiful woman, and we strike up a conversation. We're hitting it off. And she says, why don't we go to my place? Because I want you. And I say, well, okay, let's get to know each other a little better. What do you do for a living? And if she says I'm a nun, then I'm going to go, look, I'm not going to be responsible for you, turning against the nunhood or whatever.
Yeah.
Now, chances are you're probably going to do it anyway, but I don't want to be the one that's involved with that.
Something weird about that.
Yeah. But for the woman to go, yeah, I'm special. I got the goods. He's leaving the priesthood for me.
Yeah.
Just for one night with me or whatever, an affair with me. Yeah.
And also the pastor of the church and school. Like he was like the head guy.
Yeah.
So, he abandoned his posting for this woman that wasn't even, I'm like, if you're going to risk it all not for her, you're not, I hope.
Well, to him, she was probably hot.
Yeah, but he was good looking. I mean, he was
but I mean,
good looking guy. I mean, there were plenty of moms he could. I don't know that he had a
how
pick of the litter, but
how many hot moms are willing to take a priesthood from him?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oof, that is crazy. And she's gonna burn in hell. We know that. That's a surefire way to burn in hell. Oh, wow. We have gone way over our time today, Riggins, our allotted time. That just means we've been having fun. Oh, it's so nice. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love you. Love you all, but we got to go. Oh, wait. Don't forget to join us on tomorrow's TJ's podcast when our special guest will be Beethoven. You don't want to miss that. We'll see you then.
Serving the world. It's TJ's podcast.
Just because it's winter doesn't mean this is any time to stay inside and just let the days go by. AceTJ.com/Gaston has the list of everything you can be doing right now. The memories you can be making with your family in Gaston County. AceTJ.com/Gaston.
Your New Year's resolution is in full swing and you are trying to lose weight. Help yourself with Calitrin. Calitrin is the safe, effective way to lose weight. When you buy 3 months supply right now, you'll get 3 months free. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it now at acetj.com/weight loss. Calitrin.
If you've got nagging pain, you can get rid of that nagging pain thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic with an over 93% success rate. Set up a free consultation today at acetj.com/Neogenics, Neogenix.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
Top of every hour, you get caught up on the hottest trending topics in the world thanks to Riggins and Now Trending, sponsored by Culver's. The freshest ingredients all day, every day. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Find details at acetj.com/Culver's.
The Week in Review is sponsored by Hyatt Centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms and incredible dining options. Book now by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt Centric Charlotte South Park.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more.
Get your home secured for less than $1 a day with no installation or equipment charges and a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You can get security for your home. 800-915-8941. 800-915-8941.